Hello, this is Christina. Thanks for stopping. Today I just want to show you a couple of ways that I like to make bag toppers. I have quite a few of the bag toppers, you know, that a lot of people have from Auntie Allie. So there you go, I have those. But, you know, me, I like variety. So, I mean, I know a few ways that are pretty normal to just use, like a edge punch or, you know, these edge scissors. I like to do that. I'll show you some examples in just a little bit. But here I have this Tim Holtz Alterations die, and this is what I've done. I folded a piece of paper that was 4 inches by 5.5, I believe. Yeah, 4 by 5.5. So it's folded in half, so it's 2 inches. And I like to do that so when I cut it, after I've lined it up, sorry I have all these marks on here, but that's kind of my key to where I position my paper. And then once I have it here, I line it up with the point and then tape the point down and then try and make sure that this is lined up. So here you can see it's about 1/16 of an inch off. So I try and line it up as straight as I can, flip it back over, tape the edges, and then this is what we have. So there I have just a basic bag topper. But these have 2 different cutting edges, so you have to make sure that you're not laying your paper over the other one. So like if you put the edge on this, because this, it looks the same either side you put it on, but you want to put it this way so you're not cutting into the paper twice, you know, with both of them, if you know what I mean. Okay, so that's one example. And then we have this is the other ideas that I really love, because I have looted my stash and I found some edge dies, and what I've done is I determine how deep I want my flap to be, and this die is 6 3/4. So what I've done here is, again, I line up the middle and the center and try and put it close to the edge, and then I line up these as closely as I can, the distance from the folded edge to the top of the die on the edges, so that it should be the same distance from the edge to the die, there and there. Okay, and then I ran that through my Big Shot, and I'll show you what I got. So I have 3 different, I think, well, I mean, I have a number of edge dies, but these are the ones that I really like. Oh, here we go. So this is still here, just a little bit stuck, and so what I'm gonna do is snip it off at a 90 degrees, and then if I really wanted to, I could take an edge punch and try and just, you know, round this little bitty corner. And I'll leave these on here just in case I want to do that later, or, you know, I can cut this to the size, the width of the bags, because most of the bags that I have are not that wide. Let me grab a bag here. Okay, here's a bag. I think this is from stickers from Dollar Tree or something. So see, if I wanted to, I could use this die cut, and just snip off the remaining just to make it the size for my bag. You see what I'm saying? Okay. So I have that example, which I really like this one, or well, this side, because if you have a paper that goes in a specific direction, like one is going to be upside down, so I try and make the side that I put the edge on, because it gives this embossed impression and it looks nicer on this side. I try and make that the paper the directional side, so you see the rainbows are going swoopy this way and they're upside down on this side. So I want this to be the front. Okay, and here's another one that I've done. This is another edge die. This all three of these edge dies came from eBay or Ally, one of the two. And so this is the other example that I have. This one's kind of funky, but I think it's fun, you know, especially if you stick an embellishment on, because I typically like to just take a rosette or, you know, something that I made and just, you know, glue it on, and bam, you know, you have a nice, even in the middle there, you see. Okay. This is a little fabric flower that I made. It was my first one, so, you know, trial, whatever. Anyway, here's the last one of those. So again, I just line up the center, try and line up the edges as closely as I can, run it through the die cutting machine. Again, this is directional paper, so this would be the front. And then the big reveal. Oh, okay. There we go. See? Nice little bag topper. I really like that. Okay, now for the toppers to be made with the, well, let's do this one. The border punches. This is an old EK Success punch. Let's hope it works, because I don't know if I've ever used this one. Okay, so here I've taken a piece of paper, and it is 3, let's see, yeah, 3.5, so I've scored it at 1 3/4. So here's what I'm going to do. You can either try and line it up in the center and then punch it out, or I like to line it up with one of the scallops on the end and then start and then continue. Sorry to get, if I got my head in the way. I can't see here. Okay. And then, in order to line this edge up, because when you fold them over, I like to do the back side as well. Some people leave it, but I like to have them be seamless. So what I do then is the edge that I lined up with the scallop, I then go in, see, I just flipped it over, we'll go in and line it up on the edge again on a scallop and punch, and that way when you fold it over, when you line it up properly, they should line up. Okay? So that's another way. There we go. Okay. Now with the edge scissors, with these, there's a couple of different ways that I like to do this. Again, I start with a piece of paper that I have usually measured to close of the width of the bag, but I usually am a little generous with the width so that I can trim it to look nice on both edges when I'm done. Anyway, okay, I usually will go one of two ways. I will usually just go straight across or have like a slight curve. I mean, you could go crazy and do all kinds of fun, you know, wiggly lines and things. But here, I'll just, and typically I don't like to cut through this paper at the same time. It's easier to cut one side at a time. So let's see. When I do this, I like to look like on the edge here and just line the paper up on the edge, and then line the point up on the end of the scissors and try and cut as straight as possible. And then I line up my little scallop in there and line up the back of the scissors right here on the edge of the paper and continue. Okay. Oh, you don't want to go to the end because then it makes a funky little crack in your paper. We'll use that as the back. Okay. And then we flip it over so that again we can start, or you can do the same thing. Just try and eyeball and make sure that you're starting at the same. You don't have to be that anal about the edge though. I mean, it's like cake. Most people are not going to look at it as closely as you are while you're making it. I guarantee that. And they're going to be ripping it open. So they're not going to notice. So there you go. Anyway. Okay, mine's a little crooked. I'll try and line these up. And my bone folder. Here we go. Okay. And there's a basic bag topper. Okay. Also, I like to take and raid my nesting dies. Now, here's a Spellbinders die. I've just cut this out. And this one you can use in either direction. So you could score it in the middle and fold it over this way. Or for a narrower bag, you could use it like that. There you go. You could have a little cute little tag like that. You know, a number, you could use that for a number of things actually. But yeah, there's another idea. And here's another, these are the same. So here's a steel rule die that I have. This is a Marrakesh label, an oldie but a goodie. And I have this die cut came from it. And this one you can use in both directions as well. You can use it, what I like to do is take my little scoreboard, line it up, score it down the center. Here, which way do I want to do it? I'll use one of these score tools here. Or do I want to do it this way? So you can line it up on the top, and here we'll line it up the points. Okay, we can, and then score it down this way. And then fold it over And I would probably just snip off little points. Okay, like that. Or you can use it the other direction. I think I just showed you that actually. And then here we go. Same with this guy. Okay. So basically what I like to do is just find a shape that I like and that I think would look good, either, you know, folded in half in either direction. Okay. And then in paper that I want to use. And then just add embellishments to the top. So we'll just, here, I'm just going to crease this one. Let's see. This one isn't, this is just heavy paper, so I want to make sure that and then I didn't score it straight. Oh well. Alright, we'll get rid of this. I have a bow over here, so let me just show you something that I would do. What I like to do is I like to take a little crepe paper, like a little crepe paper rosette, maybe stick on the top, or, you know, a bow and like a little sentiment, or you can just keep it really simple, you know. I really enjoy making all of these. So a lot of times I'll add these to a bag that I've made out of paper, you know, just a simple colored cardstock or parchment paper, and attach one of these to the top, and maybe just, you know, throw on a rosette. Okay, if you have any questions, please feel free to leave a comment and I will get back to you. Otherwise, thanks for stopping by. Till next time.